Hey guys, welcome back to well, kind of welcome back, because I've done Kerbal Let's Plays before, but welcome to the first ever Gamer Nerd Let's Play where we do career mode. So let's just name this real quick, Gamer... Oop, come on, there we go. Gamer Nerd, and we're just going to go through career mode. Let's see how, do you want to override it? Yes, I did a little test run earlier, so we want to override that. So welcome, nice to meet you, yada yada yada. It's basically, I think all these just explain what's going on. So, if you don't know what goes on in actual Kerbal Space Program when you're not just building rockets for fun, is you go to mission control and get, it's basically like you're working for NASA, right? You have to go and get, you have to complete objectives. And so we've got, different jobs we can do. Gather scientific data from Kerbin. Seems awful. Okay, give us a crew report before launching is fine. It's fine if any of the lights on the control panel are flashing. Just give a swift kick. Perfect. So prestige, so you get prestige, you get money, and you get science, which is good. And science basically lets you get more stuff. I'm not doing a super great job at explaining it, but whatever. So offer expires in 3.5 days, looks like. Well, 3 days, 6 hours. So yeah, we've got this contract, and we will also launch our first vessel in the same launch. So we've got those two objectives in mind. So we're gonna go. Can we do anything at this place at the space plane hangar yet? I don't know. Let's take a look. Werner von Kerman, very nice. Chief Rocketry Engineer, the spaceplane hangar where you can build spacecraft that will later take off from the runway. On your left, you'll find components to construct your own spaceplane. Start selecting a part. Okay. Can we do... No, not really. We've... Cool. That's the only thing I really haven't checked out before, is if you can do planes, but you get the same parts in either building. It's just one puts you on a runway, one doesn't. So basically, we're going to use every part we have. We've got their command module, a solid rocket booster, and we don't need a strut or a girder for anything. But let's put on let's do 3. Let's get real advanced here. 3 basic fins. Just keep this thing pointed up straight, and a parachute. And we don't need to do this because everything costs money and it all has weight. And I think we can just give a crew report without needing the mystery goo containment unit. Which is basically just... Oh, this unit was something one of our engineers came up on while dumpster diving. Oh, I'm kind of far away from the screen. Hang on. Yeah, I think it's Weird. Oh, that's a word. I thought. Yeah, whatever. Just we'll just roll right through that. While researching alternative applications for existing technologies, it's a sealed container which appears to be filled with a strange-looking substance. We couldn't reach in or break the canister open, but watching how the goo behaves when subject to different situations could be very educational. Interesting. Okay, so it's one of those things where you can get more science by doing that, but we are not in the. But we kind of are in the business of getting science. We'll just do the 2 contracts we have right now. So one of the things, always I'm gonna try to remember to check my staging. I've seen enough Scott Manley videos where he goes check your staging and something goes wrong. Because right there I just noticed it when I hit launch that. These two, it would have launched the rocket engine and the parachute in the same go, and that's not great. So let's get a crew report from Jebediah. I don't get that away. Crew report. How do we do? It's over here somewhere. I thought. Nope, don't want that. Is it here? Crew report. Yes. Can we transmit it? No comms devices. Okay, so we're just gonna have to override the existing one and keep the report. So basically he's written it down on a little clipboard. So don't need a throttle because it's a SRB, so it doesn't matter what the throttle's at, it's going to go full blast. So let's get this thing off the ground. Okay, and so we've launched our first vessel, and the gather scientific data from Kerbin is still red, and it doesn't have the little check mark there because we haven't survived yet. So I'm pretty sure as long as we touch down and survive. Can this thing move? Oh, I can steer it a little bit. I think I probably could steer it more without the fins. I think those fins, especially at 200, and I was trying to move it at 300, now it's down to 200 meters a second, slowing down. I can move it more, so I think it's just the fins that are making it hard to move. But we're still going up, though. Are we going to break 10,000 meters? It's going to be close. No, I don't think we're going to get up to 10,000. Oh, maybe. Because we've only got 100 to go. No. Let's just go ahead and deploy the parachute right now. No sense in risking anything. I'll time warp it down. But the parachute won't fully open until 1,000 meters anyway, so it'll still pick up a little speed. Oh, neato. Flipped upside down. Aligned itself aerodynamically into the wind. So here's 1,000 meters right there. Opens up. And now we just need to wait until it hits the ground. That'll be fine. Just sit here and watch it. Parachute. Very good. Come on. Okay, so it looks like it broke the fins off. That may have been because I was time warped. But, so now we'll recover the vessel. And as soon as we recover it, then we get to keep that data. So, crew report. We got interest. So 1.5 science, and we got another data gathered. So these are both. Oh no, this is from the recovery of the vessel that survived a flight. I got 5 science, and the crew report was only 1.5. So I got. Oh, and you get funds back too. Look at that. Monopropellant, didn't use any of it. Solid fuel, we burned all of it, so obviously we didn't get that. Cool. And he survived. We got 98%. It looks like recovered, maybe. I don't know. So we got 14 science and 108,000 funds. And Jebediah gained 0. Oh no, 1 XP. So that's good. But we got plus 0 reputation. So we have a total reputation of 17. Oh, now there's a bunch. Orbit Kerbin. I don't think we can do that yet. Let's see. What is conduct a focus survey of Kerbin? This expires in 4 days. We need to test newly. No. Escape the atmosphere. We might be able to do that. Test the hammer. We could do this. We'll test the hammer solid rocket booster, and we can probably test the flea solid rocket booster, and we can haul the MK16. Oh, we've only got 2. We can only do 2 at a time, I guess. Alright, well, let's test these 2 real quick. I think we can do them both. Solid rock on a suborbital trajectory. So the flea booster at the launch site, then the hammer on a suborbital trajectory over Kerbin. So I think if we'll put the flea on first, so it launches at the launch site. And I think this is the flea, but let's double check. Yeah, that's the flea. So we'll pull this down here, put the hammer. Do we have... Let's go to the research center and see if we have a decoupler. Don't save it. It only took me like a half a second to build that stupid thing. Let's go to the research and development. So we have 14 science. And yes, stacked decoupler. Only takes 5 science. So we've got 9.5 still. Do we want to buy any of this stuff? That's 15 science. That's 18 science. Let's research this just for fun. Basic rocketry. So now we're gonna test the flea booster on the launch pad and then the hammer boost. So this is exactly. Ooh. Come on, work with me. There we go. I think my mouse actually might be starting to give up a little bit. Decoupler right there. Then we can do this. Okay, so now we're gonna check our staging. See, it's all messed up. So we want to launch the flea booster first, then decouple, and then the hammer booster on a suborbital trajectory, and then the last thing we want is the parachute. Cool, let's go. Let's get this out here. I think, so we've already completed, I think, the first one. Ooh, I'm not sure we're going to be able to. No, we're definitely not going to be able to. Alright, so instead we're going to go back. Because it wanted this hammer booster to be upwards of 200,000 meters, and we're not going to get up there. We could if I guess we stacked a bunch of them, but I just don't want to do that. So instead, let's put this back on, get rid of the decoupler. Get rid of this, put this back on. So now we're basically left with our original vessel. Let's go look at what other missions we can accomplish. Oop, that's the astronaut complex. Or no, that was a spaceplane hangar. So let's look at what other missions we can accomplish. We don't... Let's... Oh, cancel. It doesn't let you just put it back? Let's try it. Oh, no, it's just gone. Shoot. Okay. Well, we can do the parachute for sure. Because I think that was the one that we already had on there. Okay, well now I know. Once you've selected a mission, you're committed. Let's put on the flea booster because it's less expensive. And we want the MK16 parachute, which is the one that we already used. So we can basically use the exact same vessel, except I'm not even going to put fins on it this time. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So we need to deploy it above 2,000 meters, it looks like, at between 60 and 260 meters per second. And, yeah, we've... Oh, no! We're just going to revert to launch real quick. That didn't happen. Nobody saw that. Got to check my staging. There we go. Okay, so between 2,000 and 10,000... Oh, nope. Revert again. I'm going to try not to revert launch every time I screw something up. But we're just getting out of the gate here, so... Alright, let's try this one more time. So, So I need to wait till it slows down to below 260 meters a second. And is between 2,000 and 10,000 meters. Which might have to be on the way back down. Nope, there it is. Ha-cha-cha. Come on. Yeah, let's put it in time warp. There. I think as long as I recover this vessel, and there's no reason I shouldn't, if it makes it back, and then there's no reason it shouldn't make it back, that I think we've got both of these contracts fulfilled. Ha-cha-cha. Yet again. See, it does weird stuff with time warp. I don't know if that's time warp or just... Let's see if we can turn this back the other way. Oop, that's the wrong button. Okay, so we can a little bit. So I guess it's got good enough aerodynamic simulation where it's actually like using the body as to produce kind of lift a little bit, looks like, or you know, some sort of directional control. Parachute's about to deploy, they don't matter anymore, we'll just come straight down, but it's going in the water. It's fine. So now we're at, oh good lord, 6 meters a second for the next 350 meters. Just gonna sit here and watch Jebediah. Look at him. Look at him. Does he watch? Does he move with the cursor? No, he doesn't. He's just looking around having a great time. He doesn't know he's about to hit the water. Sir, brace for impact! Sully himself couldn't have done it better. Cool, recover vessel. Alright, let's check our stats here. We've recovery of a vessel in flight, plus 0.8 science. That does not make me very happy, to be honest. And we got some funds back. Looks like we got everything except for the solid fuel, which was less than 1 fund. And monopropellant, I guess we used some of that. I don't know. Okay, and next, Jebediah. No XP gained. Cool, alright. Well, now let's test some other stuff. I thought we already did this. Oh, 27,000 to 3,300, 420 and 540 meters a second. So let's put a hammer booster first. And we can probably test Kerbin flying between 5,000 and 9,000 between... I'm not sure actually if I can do that. Oh. Orbiting Kerbin. Nope, can't do that yet. Let's escape the atmosphere. Let's do that for sure. Alright, so we're going to escape the atmosphere and test the flea booster in flight. I think I've got both of... hang on, let me look at him again, just to double check. Flea booster above... into flight above Kerbin. So we've got to go to 70,000 meters. Got that, like in my head, I know that. So between 27,000 and 33,000 meters, we've got to fire a flea booster between these two speeds. So that's actually pretty... Oh, that's pretty demanding. I think we can pull it off, though. So we're going to do a hammer booster, a flea booster, and a hammer booster. So hammer booster first. Let's decouple that too, so it's just coming down by itself. This would be probably a pretty expensive and probably pretty heavy. I know if we get too heavy to upgrade the launch pad. So now we've got... shoot. So I'm actually not sure if one hammer booster is enough to get us up to, what was it, 33,000 meters? We're about to find out, I guess. Okay, so we fire the hammer booster, and then the next thing we want is for that to decouple, and then we want to fire the flea booster, but we don't want to do it right away. We want to make sure that we're waiting and it's good enough. And then we want to decouple and then fire the last hammer booster so we can get above the atmosphere, and then decouple the last thing and then parachute. And we should probably put some fins on here. Let's do 4 just to keep it real stable. Toggle snap right there. We've got a parachute. Not really, don't want to do anything else really. Cool. Alright, so if I fail this one, I think I'm also going to revert. Probably do that for the first cup, probably for this entire part. So we need to test the flea booster. Oh, I hope this is enough. It's not going to be enough, I can already tell. Yep, so we're going to put another hammer booster. Can I do... No. Huh. We're going to have to get another decoupler there and then there. Okay, so... booster... I'm hoping this bottom booster is enough to get it moving. It might not even be able to lift this thing. We're about to find out. Oh, it is, just barely. SAS on, why not? Okay, so this will hopefully get us to boost up to the 2 hammer boosters will get us to 27,000 meters. I'm hoping. And then we can test the flea booster. Now we just wait for this thing to burn out. So there's 10,000 meters already. So yeah, the second hammer booster should be plenty. Oh, 10,000 meters, you idiot. That was 1,000 meters. We need to get going. I completely misplaced a 0. Alright, so we've got a little bit of aerodynamic control at this point. Oh man, I don't know if this is actually going to be enough to get into the 27,000 meters we need. Or fast enough. We need to get to 420 meters a second for this contract to work. Not happening for us right now. Shoot. Alright, let's see. I doubt, at a certain point you can't just keep throwing engines at it, but we're going to try one more hammer booster. This is real, I'm trying not to be a complete idiot, and normally this you'd have to redesign, like in real life, but we're going to try this, put some more fins on it, because it was hard to control the other one. The problem is it's going to be hard to control until it gets fast. Well, it's not going to get fast with this bottom hammer booster, I guarantee you. It won't probably... Oh, look at that. Barely able to move. That's alright, though. If this gets us even to just a few hundred meters, it's going to help. It will help the next one, you know. Look, I mean, even if it cut out right now, we'd be 200 or 300 meters fast, higher and 50 meters a second faster, but let's see what it'll get us. We might get to like 800 meters, maybe. Alright, there we go. 50 meters a second head start and already 1,000 meters up. Okay, so this might get us to like, what do you think, 5,000 meters maybe? And then we'll launch that one, and that one should, the third hammer booster, the middle booster, should hopefully get us to 420 meters a second and to at least 27,000 feet. There we go. Now we're cooking along. Okay, so that, yeah. This is looking better. I don't know if it's looking perfect. Oh man, this is just... It really depends on how fast we can get. And I'm going to try it if this doesn't work, but this really, I mean, even the last one made me nervous, putting one more, you know, just one more booster. So we'll ditch that right away. Let this slow down a little bit. Okay, now the flea booster's not going to stay lit long enough to get to 27,000 meters at this point. Let's try it now. Oh boy, let's see. Oh, no, we screwed it up. Okay, so I'm going to try one more hammer booster just because, but I doubt it's going to work, and I'll probably end up just decoupling it on the launch pad to get rid of it. But here's the other thing I'm going to do. So one more hammer booster. So as soon as I hit space, I want that one to fire and that one to decouple. So I'm actually going to pair these fire and decouples up for the first 3. So I seriously doubt this one's even going to get off the launch pad, so I'll probably just have to unable to launch because it's too heavy. So let's save and continue that. Launch pad, can we upgrade it? Upgrade 50,000. Oh, we've got plenty. Yeah. Alright, let's try this now. This is a really bad idea, you guys. If it works, I'm going to be amazed. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's got... Oh, look, it's like an actual launch pad now. Alright. Let's see. It might start moving as it burns out of fuel. Oh, up, 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 up. It's going. It's going. So this is trivial at this point. It's not helping at all, but it's still funny to me. So I'm going to let it go for a second here. Oop, twisting. That was my fault. Tried to get it to go over the other way. Alright, well, we got a 20 meter per... or 15 meter and 200... let's see, 200 meters and a 15 meter per second head start. So, I mean, that may have done something for us. Obviously, it did do something, but if it's going to be enough is the question. Oh, pull up, pull up. Come on, come on. No, 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 no. It needs to get faster. Oh, come on, burn out. I can't do it. Let's do this one. Oh, this isn't happening very well for me. That's what I was worried about. Okay, let's put on some more fins. Don't ever re-engineer, just put on more crap. This is probably not going to work at this point. I'm hoping that this is at least exciting to watch. Let's put on fins. Fins for days. Okay, let's try that. Maybe with more fins it'll work. I doubt it. Probably end up having to just ditch that bottom one and redesign a little bit. Oh yes, the painful waiting. Oh, there, she's starting to move. Come on, baby. Get off the ground. Get off the ground. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna have to work a little bit harder to keep this thing pointed straight up. There we go. Stop spinning. There you go. I'm gonna put it back this way. Oh, should have been watching that a little more carefully. Okay. Nope, 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 nope. Come on, come on. Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. Ah, you piece of junk. Okay. Revert to vehicle assembly. I think if we would have timed it a little bit better, the last one might have worked. So let's just get rid of these. Microphone fell over. Let me adjust that real quick. I think the stand I just moved, and I think I might have bumped something with it because it seems really loose now. I'll tighten it up after this video. We're almost done here. I just want to get these 2 contracts done. Alright, let's try this. Alright, nice and slow out of the get-go, but we're picking up speed. I'm going to do this just to make myself feel better. I don't think... I put the throttle to 100%. I don't think it does anything with the solid rocket boosters. I'm like 99.99% sure it does nothing for the solid rocket boosters. Oh, she's starting to tip. She's starting to tip. That was the wrong button. So now it's really tipping because I let it go. Son of a bitch. I'm not liking the way this is going. So we're gonna ditch this. I think I have liquid fuel. Why didn't I use it? Let's do this. There. That should be enough liquid fuel, I'm hoping. There. Let's try this now. And the throttle definitely does work. And I'm gonna be able to steer. Ooh, look at it go. So majestic. Might throw a hammer booster on the bottom just to get this thing moving, but so far this is working really well. We're burning through less than half of the fuel, 100 meters a second, 1,000 meters. I think I'm gonna have to throw a hammer booster at the bottom of this thing. I'll check the thrust between a hammer booster and this engine. If this engine has more thrust, I'll add some more fuel tanks. If the hammer booster has more thrust, I'll throw a hammer booster down there. But yeah, this is not going to be enough. So this video is actually going to be longer than I expected. I figured I'd be long done with it by now. But now you get to see the ramblings of an idiot as he tries to get into space. So thrust is 197, so 200 kilonewtons. The flea hammer's a little, the flea, not the hammer's 200. The flea looks like it's 162. So yeah, the hammer has more thrust than the liquid fuel. So we're gonna put a hammer booster on the bottom of this bad boy. Okay, so we've got booster, and then we're gonna want to ditch and fire the liquid right away, and then we'll ditch the fuel tanks, and then the flea is what we're trying to test. So I think this is about as good as it's gonna get for now. Alright, let's try this. Hopefully it stays straight. I don't think I have any fins, and I can't steer a solid rocket booster. I can only steer the liquid one. So, but it's already half out of fuel right about there, so not worried about it too much. So it looks like this is gonna give us the same amount of boost as the liquid fuel did, but quicker. There we go. Let's see what this does. I might, if this gets close but doesn't quite work, I'm gonna add like another 1 or 2 liquid fuel tanks, and hopefully that'll do it. That hammer booster at the top might actually be our whole problem. I just thought of that. But we're half out of liquid fuel, and we need to get to 420 meters a second, and we still have to get up pretty high. Come on, baby, let's go, let's go, let's go. So there's 420. If the flea, I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Oh, I think it's going to speed up too fast. I think I can do it with this. I'm going to try one more time, and I'm going to let it slow down a little bit, and then we'll launch the flea booster while it's like at 250 meters a second, and that way it'll speed up and punch through to 200 or to 27,000 meters in the same go. So I'll put SAS on for, it doesn't really do anything right now until I launch the liquid fuel, but that's fine. And then escape the atmosphere. So that's why I have the hammer booster up there in the first place, but I'm going to get this thing done. I'll tell you that for free. Oh, come on! Oh, that may have been a fatal mistake. I had it throttled back, so I don't know if it lost any velocity there or not. I hope not. But I got it throttled up now, and that's all I can do. It was only throttled back for like a second. So there's 5,000 meters. Come on, baby, keep going, keep going. There's 350 meters a second. If we can keep, if this rocket keeps burning through 10,000 meters, we might be in business. So we're losing a lot of aerodynamic drag too. All right, let's ditch it. Oh, I don't think this is gonna. Let's do it at 300 meters a second. We'll fire the flea engine, and hopefully it stays burning long enough to go into 27,000 meters. 300 meters a second. Go, 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 go. Oh, it needs to pick up to... Okay, so it's well within the speed. Alright, so I'm actually going to let this thing slow down. Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Oh, great suspense. Alright, so it's not going to work this time. So I'm going to let this thing slow down even... I'm going to put one more liquid fuel tank. Alright, master plan. If this doesn't work, I'm going to end the video, and we will re-attack this with great vigor the next video. I promise... Actually, I promise nothing, but I hope that the next videos go smoother than this. I honestly did not expect this to take this long. Alright, so just as long, so I don't forget about it, I'm going to put it at full throttle now. Check the staging. Got the booster. Then we're going to decouple and fire the liquid fuel. Throttle's at full. Then that decoupler, then the flea booster. Let's go. So this is not going to get us as fast as it did before because we've got an extra fuel tank there. So we may only get to, you know, I don't remember how fast we were going exactly when we had to ditch it, but it won't be as high. But we're going to pick up some of that with the liquid fuel rocket engine. But there's 100 meters a second at 1,000 meters, so that's a real good head start. And ditch. And we'll pick up some speed, and this one should definitely get us higher. Because, I mean, yeah, it should get us higher. It's got another fuel tank. And as long as the thrust-to-weight ratio is more than 1, it's going to get us a little bit higher. And it obviously is. Look at us go. so that we don't really have to worry about max Q. Normally you'd be throttling back about 2,000 meters a second, you know, depending on how fast you're going, because then you're losing a lot of energy to air resistance, but I don't think we have to worry about that in this particular vessel. So there's 420 there, so we're technically in the speed range. We've got a couple thousand meters to go. So we're going to decouple that, so I don't think it, well, obviously it doesn't matter, 9.8 meters per second, no matter how heavy you are. So we're going to let this thing slow down to like 250 meters a second probably, and then we'll launch it, and that'll help us go up just a bit higher too. So there's 300, and we're at 21,000 meters. There's 250 now. Go! Alright, I'm just hoping it doesn't get too fast by the time it gets to 27,000 meters, and it might actually. There's 420. Okay, we're in the speed range. We've got 1,000. Oh no. Yes, it did it. Okay, let's ditch it. And we're escaping the atmosphere. Go! Almost forgot about that. We need to escape the atmosphere still. So I think we've completed this contract. I think we're good to go. I just need this hammer booster to keep going for a little bit longer. I hope I have a decoupler there. Yes, I do. Okay, perfect. Because you can use the module there to re-enter and protect the parachute. Whereas if I didn't have that decoupler, it would probably flip its way around. Look at our acceleration. 15 Gs almost. Oh, I think we got to 15. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to actually decouple this and just see we're in space. Escape the atmosphere. We did that a long time ago. So now we're going to time warp it just because it's taking forever. And we're coming straight back down. 2,000 meters a second. Oh, hopefully this thing doesn't burn up. I honestly don't know if it will or not. Whew, a little bit nervous, to be honest. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Don't burn up. Don't burn up. It's still picking up speed. It's going to burn up. We're going to lose it. It's slowing down, but we're diving into the atmosphere, you guys. We're going to lose it. Alright, well in the next video we're going to do these two and escape the atmosphere. So thanks for watching.